demands of power supply. He wants to build solar panels. He says we're going to take him about 5 to 10 years. Not only that, he says he's working very hard on AI. And that struck me. And I thought to myself, and I want you to please listen to what I'm saying this morning. This is the second richest man in the world, but he is what? Working. You know, and the poorest man in Nigeria doesn't want to work. Think about it. Think about what I'm saying. This is the richest man. Have you ever listened to Elon Musk? He sleeps in his office. He sleeps on the floor of his factory. When they have problems to solve with their rockets, he sleeps on the floor in his office. The richest people in the world are working. We that have no money don't want to work. Let me start by saying this. As much as we're going to introduce you to the concept of AI, I have looked and looked and looked and looked, and I've come to realize that it still requires work. It still requires work. My Bible tells me that the man that does not work does not eat. It didn't say the man that doesn't have a job. It says the man that doesn't work. Because the purpose of a job is work, not salary. The reward of a job is salary. And so, as much as things are going to be shared with us this morning, I want us to have this at the back of my mind, that there is still work to be done. There are courses we're going to share with you this afternoon. And we hope for people, I always find out that it's always easier to learn collectively than to learn, individually. And so we're going to look at those courses. We're going to ask you to vote on them. And we'll pay for the courses. Am I making sense? And make them available here. Am I making sense? So that we can all watch it or watch them together. And most of them are basic courses. And we're also going to find a local person who will be able to apply some of these truths to our country's circumstance. And so this morning our focus is on AI. Go to the next slide. It's on AI and entrepreneurship. I put the wrong video. AI and entrepreneurship. That's what we're doing today. And we have 2 applications we want to do. And Mr. Myers, who did a brilliant job, let's appreciate him for last week. Since he did a brilliant job, I thought we might as well continue with, you don't spoil a good thing. So we're going to continue with him this morning. But this is what I want you to have at the back of your mind. There are 2 ways we're looking at this concept today. There is AI that will help your business to run better and to become and to improve your entrepreneurship skills. We've shared some of them last week. We're going to share a few of them this morning. And you're going to watch some fascinating videos. I'm going to play 1 or 2 to buy us time for people who are going to come late so that we don't have to repeat ourselves. But this is the most important thing for me. AI can really, truly, truly transform your business. It can make you more effective. As a matter of fact, we're going to show you an advert of a man who's already offering in Lagos. Well, I don't know where he is. He's offering to give you AI that will run your accounting, run your human relations, run your taxes, run your sales, run your customer service. And he's not telling lies. He's not telling lies. So those are tools that you can put into your business. And that's very, very important and very powerful. But there's a second part, and I want you to have this at the back of your mind. In the AI industry itself, there's opportunity for entrepreneurship. Most of us are going to be on the side, 80% of us are going to be on the side of using AI for entrepreneurship. But there are a few of us who have to go into AI itself. Am I making sense? And build AI platforms. Am I making sense? That's where the money is. You know what I mean? That's really where the opportunities are, especially in Africa. And you will see some examples. And so I want you to have those 2 things at the back of your mind as we start so that you don't miss out on the good things. Okay, since they've put this video, let me show. This is a typical example of how videos can work in your business. You can play it. This is an advert for a phone. The new, I think it's the new Google. I can't remember.
I got some troubles, but they won't last. And pretty soon all my troubles will pass. Cause I'm in shoo shoo shoo, shoo shoo shoo, shoo 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 Sugar Town. If I had $1 million or 10, I'd give it to your world, and then you'd go away and let me spend.
Gemini, which of these would be a little less expected?
Check out the alliums. They'd go great with the hydrangeas below.
Will those last till Saturday?
Yeah, they should last until Saturday if they're kept in water.
Yeah, it's the new Google Pixel 10. Now, why I like the advert and why I wanted to share the advert with you this morning is because what they were simply trying to do was contrast the Google Pixel 10 with other phones. Other phones, you keep looking at them as if they're ice cream cones. They can do so much. They can pay for money. They can take photographs. But she took her phone and looked at plants and looked at flowers. And it told her what the flowers were and how long, how many days they will last. She's probably having a party, and she wanted to know how. And I remember when I was coming back home one day, MTN had put all these poles and things in front of my house. And any smart person should know you don't let people do things in front of your house without checking. And there was nobody to ask. So I simply brought up my phone to ChatGPT and took a picture of the gadget, and it told me exactly what MTN was doing. It told me what the gadget was, what it was supposed to do, and so on and so forth. Can you imagine today, somebody can bring something to your house or to your office, and you have somebody who has a problem with their stereo or their house, and you simply take a photograph of it, and the AI tells you how to solve the problem or gives you details. That's how powerful AI can change what we're doing right now. But it's almost as if we have this thing in our pockets. I don't know if you get the point I'm making, and we still haven't learned how to use it. Last week, I showed you a video by Steve Jobs who said that he realized that they did a test trying to find out who are the most efficient animals in the world, and they found out that it was the condor. The condor is like an eagle. It's like a senior brother to an eagle. It's the most efficient animal in the world. And then they began to list that mankind, who's the pinnacle of God's creation, fell in about the middle of the list of all animals. And somebody occurred to somebody to put man on a bicycle. And man was the most efficient animal of all animals because we were designed to make tools. If you remember, we were the ones who made fire. And fire took us out of the cave and made us build houses and build buildings. Have you ever seen any animal, including the king of the jungle, who has ever built a house? We are tool makers. We are tool users. But because of our culture and because of our religion, this idea that we're tool makers has been pressed down in church. Am I making sense? And so we don't embrace it. This is very important that we do so. All right, I'm not going to play this. I think he has it among his own. The second video I want to show to you is the video of a young boy. He's really fascinating. One has a subtitle. Yeah, this guy. You know, I listened to this boy and I nearly freaked out. He's 12 years old, 13 years old. Listen to what he has to say.
No. So you're telling me about this course I should do on AI called what? You're doing it, right?
Cursive. No, I'm not doing it. I'm doing a free one for children.
Oh.
Not children, but like students. I found
So you're recommending for the one for paying, which is called cursive, yeah?
Yeah.
Why do I need it?
Because it can help you with like brand promotion, making ads, saving a lot of time and money.
Oh, those ads are free. Oh, because I'm making them
You're
myself.
making them yourself. You're just inputting what you want into the AI, and quality control. Sure, you're probably gonna get it better done by a real life human, but for costs these days they charge like a lot of money. So for like a bit less quality, you can produce a lot more quantity and at a lower price. You can pump those ads out.
So why are you interested in doing AI, Biko?
Because it's the future.
You're in the future now, or you're in the present?
We're in the present, but AI is the future.
It's going to revolution a lot of things, eh?
Yeah, like essentially.
For you, what do you want to do with it?
I mean, I've already had some ideas, like using AI to help with floods by measuring like discharge rates and stuff like that. Because this is how AI works in 4 simple steps. It looks at vast amounts of data, then it finds patterns and correlations according to algorithms you make. It's not programmed. You're making algorithms which tell it what to search for. Now, once it peruses all these things, it finds these patterns, and it can make educated predictions about like what you want and stuff like that. And step 4 is it improves with time as it goes over even more vast repositories of such knowledge, and it can also improve with like manual intervention, right? So I can input into the AI millions of studies on like discharge, which is like the rate at which streams flow and stuff like that.
Correct, yeah.
I can input that, and it can see like patterns which correlate, especially like region by region, how like discharge affects whether flash floods are a risk or not. That
So
way,
able to nip them in the bud before they happen.
yes, yeah, exactly. That way, people who are living in like poor areas, they can get flash flood warning like really quickly without those scientists having to take meticulous research. The AI can just look at the stuff using satellite imagery instantly.
So that's the main thing why you want to do it.
No, that's not the main thing. Those are some of my ideas. But I want to make a hedge fund which uses AI or something along those
For who?
lines. A hedge funds for my clients.
With clients when you grow up.
Yeah,
How do you know about hedge fund?
I read it.
Which book are you reading?
Freakonomics.
Economics. What is economics?
It's a book by Stephen Dubner and Steve Levitt. It's about how things that are often like unpredictable, quote, unpredictable, and like unthought of, it's like unconventional economics. It goes beyond just the graphs and stuff like that, and delves deeper into things like incentives and moral stuff and how humans really get what they want and stuff like that.
You talk as if you know a bit of economics, do you?
I mean, I'm reading the book, so
Let's do chess, man.
Yeah, let's
Wow,
do chess.
you make it very. You make me look like. Anyway, let me not say what I look like. Now, let me revenge on the board. Good stuff. Oh, but you told me you went for the World Scholars something.
yeah.
You posted 10th position out of
yeah,
worldwide,
yeah,
out of 800 kids.
yeah,
Wow, good stuff.
yeah. So you studied the syllabus. Study.
Where was it? In the US?
Slovenia.
Slovenia. How was the experience for you?
Was good. Enjoyed it. Beautiful country, but it's a small one.
Okay. But you also told me you played against a prodigy in chess. Yeah?
Yeah,
Where was that?
the U.S. in Aspen.
How old is he?
He's my age, 13.
13.
Yeah,
Did you turn 13? So you're still 12.
I turned 13.
So you're a teenager.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thanks.
Let's do chess.
Let's do chess.
I think trouble don't come. Trouble don't come. And yet some of us are keeping our children away from this information. So you can see what we're doing that's wrong. And it's religion that's probably doing that. AI will kill your kids. Internet will kill your kids. Let me tell you something. Water no get enemy. Water will kill your kids. Are they not going to have a bath? That boy already has leverage. You can see he's already been to Aspen. How many of you have been to Aspen? I've never been to Aspen. Expenses paid. Because of what? This. So one of the things I'm hoping we can do this afternoon also is to push you not to keep your kids. Now, and it's better your kids know more than you. It's safer than you know more than your kids. So it's so critical. AI is not meant to help them cheat exams and all that. That's not true. That's not true at all. Because if you use AI can find out that you used AI. So I don't think that's a problem. So one more thing about kids. Can you play the one by Gary Vaynerchuk? Gary, it comes after this one on my slide. This is why 14-year-olds will be richer than you. Go on. That's the next one I want to play. It's after, if you look at my slide, it's after, that's it.
Do you know how many kids are about to become millionaires because they understand AI? This is the biggest financial opportunity for somebody under the age of 25 ever. Ever. Bigger than the internet in 94. What I mean by that. If you're a 17-year-old smart kid, you can literally call every local business and be like, hey, I'll build your new website. Your website's old. They're like, how much? You're like, $500. They're like, wait, my last quote was 4,000. You're like, yeah, 500. You know why? You can build it in a fucking minute with AI. We are now in an era where you don't need to follow my content to come up with the ideas. You just ask AI to help you get good at AI.
We can go on and on with these little clips. I just want to hold on to this for 1 or 2 more minutes, and then I'll hand over to Mr. Myers. But let me, there's a video that I prepared for this particular program that he's going to show a fuller version of. About, have you been able to find it? The AI entrepreneur, the one I added to the, have you been able to find it? Okay.
Do you know how many kids are about to become millionaires because they understand AI?
Not this one. Yeah, that one. Yeah. So I want,
As an
wait, just
entrepreneur.
hold on. Hold on, because I want to tell them what to listen for. We decided every week we're going to zero in on something, and we haven't scraped the surface. We're going to do AI for education. We're going to do, but after all these programs, like I said, we're going to have courses because we don't have the expertise here. I'm not an expert on AI. I have to go through courses like you two. Am I making sense? And so that's why I said at the beginning that if Jeff Bezos is still working and you that have no money, you don't think that it's going to be work. I just want people to get it out of their head that AI makes life easier. No, it makes work more productive. It doesn't make it less work. That's the point I'm trying to make. And so we're going to be looking at AI from education next month, but we'll only be doing that once a month, and then we'll have an appropriate course. As a matter of fact, we want to sign in one of the schools to use AI in their school as a prototype to see how it affects the kids. You know what I mean? So that it'll be real data that we're using. So this video for me summarizes what we want to accomplish today. I go out of my way to cut little videos like this out so that people can get what I'm trying to do. But typically in the country we live in, people don't really watch the videos or listen for what you put in the video. So listen to this, and the fuller version will come later. Yeah, go on.
Goodness me, this is as exciting as it gets. This is 1850, really. AI is as big as the Industrial Revolution in its impact.
I'm struck by the fact that the growth of the developer ecosystem in Africa is actually quite phenomenal.
It is incumbent on us to make sure people fully understand what this is and what this isn't, and exercising the necessary caution and responsibility.
I think getting it right isn't just getting all this amazingly wonderful stuff. It's also addressing some of the complexities and risks that you talked about.
We have to be able to build our own enterprises. We don't want to be users any more than we want to be used.
The kid in Bare in Zimbabwe who doesn't know how to code but has an idea, this could actually help them.
There's a tool in our hands. It's up to us.
That's it. Can you play the one for next week as well? There's a tool in our hands, and it's up to us. And that's what this is all about. It's just to tell you about the tools. Now, because each one of us needs different kinds of tools. If you're a mechanic, you need mechanical tools. If you're a teacher, you need different kinds of tools. If you're a medical doctor, that's why we cannot deliver those tools into your hands, but we can point you in the direction of where those tools are. And then once we have enough people interested in a particular set of tools, we'll do our best to make it available. Am I making sense? And that's what we're trying to accomplish here. There's one more video which introduces next week's theme, but it also ties to this week because it talks about the fact that one of the biggest advantages of AI is helping you to bring down the cost of everything you're doing now. Do you have that? You showed it to me earlier on. It was on my whatever. The one for next week. You guys should have it, the one for the 18th. So while I'm waiting for that, I have a few companies in Nigeria and in Kenya, Hello Tractor, Split, that I'll share with you. if we have time towards the end. Yeah, this one. I want you to listen to what Strive says. And the reason why I'm using Strive as a point of contact is because he's the only one in Africa right now building data centers and large language models. And what they're looking for is African content. What they're looking for. Because if we don't take part in this, the AI will be biased towards us. Have you ever put in ideas there? If you don't tell an AI you want something that will work in Africa or in India or in Kenya, it will give you American specs or European specs, and it doesn't fit in. And so if we don't train our AI with our own context, we're in trouble. And this is what Strive is doing. Strive has moved from telephone into this. He has spent a lot of money. Data centers are being built in Lagos. Language models have started being educated right now. But they don't have enough. They don't have enough. That's what I'm saying. One of the things we want to accomplish here with the entrepreneurial thing is to hope that we can get 1 or 2 kids here, 1 or 2 young people. I'm sorry if I call you a kid. To me, you're a kid. It's for you to understand that this can be your career. Am I making sense? The internet opened up careers that didn't exist when I was going to school. AI is opening up, but prompt engineering to do what? It's not just prompt engineering. You can't have one lecture that will teach you every prompt in the world. No, that just gives you basic. You have to say, I want to be a prompt person in medicine. I want to be a prompt person in this. Am I making sense? So you have to spread your wings a little bit. All right? So after this video, I think I'll be able to hand over to him. I'm just trying to buy as much time for the latecomers as I can. All right, just listen to them. They'll miss out on everything I've said.
You talk about capital. And I hear you talking about capital. But you know, in AI business today, you'll do it at 1/10 of the capital requirements of a normal business. In AI business, at a pace I couldn't have imagined 30 years ago. So it is the guys with the AI business. Let me tell you, 10 years from now, sitting here, you can call me a prophet. The wealthiest Africans 10 years from now will not be the Dangotes and the Masimas of this world. It will be young people who are sitting right now in their bedrooms and in their workshops building AI applications for agriculture, for health sector, for food security. That is what is happening.
This was just a few days ago at the Unstoppable Conference. I believe him. And that's why we gathered you together. I don't expect that everybody will do AI business, but I expect that everybody will get involved with AI. Those who do AI business, we're here to support you. And those of you who are doing AI in your business, we're also here to support you. And then we'll continue to provide a place where you can walk out of. And if you need people who will help you need to help. Our job will be to hook you up to an appropriate group. Let me hand over to Mr. Myers. Can we welcome him?
Good morning, everyone. How are we all doing today? So today's session is going to be quite long because I have a couple of things I want to share. But before I do that, I want us to understand the Isiaka's mindset, because it's not just enough to learn these things. If we don't have a background, if our foundation is not rooted and we don't understand the need for this, we might not get the best. So we're going to look at this. Just give me a couple of minutes to run through it. So the theme is amplify, innovate, and create. So on Sunday, Pastor said this quote, which says, you can't prepare the future for your children, but you can prepare your children for the future. And if you look at that statement very well, you see that it ties to a particular Bible verse in 1 Chronicles chapter 12, verse 32. It says what? The son of Issachar understood the times and they knew what Israel ought to do. See, some of us don't understand the time at all to start with. But it's one thing to understand the time. it's another thing to know what to do. So for us to be able to take advantage of this revival of AI, we need to understand the times. And you can see it says, well, this verse describes wisdom that moves beyond not just awareness. Fine, everybody understands AI. You hear here, everybody's talking about AI. But do you know how to leverage it? Okay? It says that what? We can't control what AI will become tomorrow. The tools will change, the algorithm will evolve. Definitely, because AI gets better. But one thing we need to do is to what? Prepare ourselves, our business, to thrive in whatever tomorrow brings. And you cannot thrive if you don't understand the basics of all of this. Now, let's look at it. How does it apply to us as entrepreneurs? But today, we're looking at AI for entrepreneurs. You said what? We can't control what AI will become tomorrow. He said, just like the sons of Issachar, they didn't just discern the season, but they acted with precision. So as entrepreneurs today, we need to have strategic positioning to also act with certain precision and not just go beyond talking about AI, but being able to partner with it. And that's what we said last week, that it's not just enough to say you know how to use AI to solve problems. We need to embrace AI as a co-thinker. We need to embrace AI as a creativity partner to be able to explore and create so much value. AI isn't just an invention. It's an invitation to think differently, to build differently, and multiply impact at a scale human effort alone cannot sustain. And that is where that collaboration comes from. And so instead of just fearing the future, let's train for it. So instead of waiting for the disruption, we know that you hear this saying, AI will take people's job. AI will do this. AI will disrupt this sector. It will disrupt this particular job sector and all of that. Instead of doing that, let us understand the concept and leverage on it. Now, I'm going to talk about Solomon, and I'm also going to play a video from Sunday because this is what ties to being able to leverage anything we're talking about. Because if you don't understand these things, it becomes a big problem. Now, listen to this. It says, we live in an AI-driven, fast-evolving world where intelligence is no longer just human. Okay? He said, systems are now learning, adapting, and predicting, and that is where the concept of data comes in. He says that means that old way of succeeding, memorizing, and tradition, routine would not sustain us. There's something about change that we need to understand. The day you understand that there's a change, the change has happened. For example, let's say a woman gets pregnant. The day she gets pregnant, she will not know. It's after a couple of weeks. So the day you understand that the change has happened, you have missed it. And that is why it's not just